Hi, this is Stephen Erickson, songwriter. Today I want to talk a little bit about co-writing. So the song I'm going to play today comes from clear back in 1991, and I co-wrote this song. I think it was the first song I ever co-wrote with an old friend who's passed on. His name was Steve Graham, and we wound up co-writing probably 30, 40 songs together. And you can find those songs on my website at danstephenerickson.com/Erickson Graham Songbook Recordings. There's two versions, 91 and 92 and 93 through 2000 something. Anyway, so I did a lot of co-writing back in the early 90s. I started out at co-writing with my brothers, Paul Erickson, Pete Erickson, some friends back then, Mike Skank and John Hauge. And then I moved to Nashville. I did some co-writing with J.B. Taylor, who lived and played around Nashville for quite a while. Billy Barlow, I've co-written with my ex-wife. But Steve Graham was the guy I co-wrote the most with. And we co-wrote off and on for a good 15 years, I'd say, maybe longer. And so this was one of the first songs we co-wrote together, and it's called Building Fences. Horses ran free, cattle could roam on the wide open spaces we called home. A hard-working people brought up to respect the land. Now the world's turning round a little too fast. What good is the future if we lose the past? Old Mother Nature is down to her last stand. 'Cause we've been building fences to keep out all our fears, locking gates behind us and holding back the tears. I pray tomorrow we'll find a better way. Still we're building fences today. Holding your hand neath the river bridge, laughing and playing like a couple of kids. Come Friday night, we used to go paint the town. Now the fire's burning low, the heartache is high. What good is a marriage if we let love die? Things have come between us, time has come to tear them down. 'Cause we've been building fences to hold back all our fears, locking gates behind us, holding back the tears. I pray tomorrow we'll find a better way. Still we're building fences today. Lord, won't you help us get back to the start? Find a better understanding. Open up our hearts, 'cause we've been building fences to keep out all our fears, locking gates behind us, holding back the tears. I pray tomorrow we'll find a better way. Still we're building fences today. Yeah, we're still building fences today. That's Building Fences, and I wrote that back in 1991 with an old departed friend and songwriter, Steve Graham. And it's funny, that was I recently recorded all of those songs. About 2 years ago, I went to a friend's studio and I recorded the whole Erickson Graham catalog. But for some reason, this song, which was the first song we wrote together, we might have wrote a couple others, but it's the first one we kind of put in the catalog that we wrote together. And for some reason, the recording of it didn't turn out right. So it's not in the other set of recordings that you can find, just the audio versions on my website. Again, you can find the whole Erickson Graham recordings on my website. I think it's danstevenerickson.com/Erickson Graham Songbook Recordings, something like that. You can find them on my website. There's about 35 songs somewhere in there in 2 volumes. So if you want to take a listen to that, you can very easily by just going to my website, looking for the Erickson Graham Songbook Recordings. And, well, that's it for today. You can also click the subscribe button if you'd like. And if you want to be a guest, I'm in the process of trying to find some guests to come onto the channel, so it's not just me showing you everything I've done. I've written a lot of songs and stuff, but I want to share the stage. All right, see you next time. Dan Steven Erickson, songwriter, checking out.